And what's your pleasure?
From the Thomaston Place Auction Galleries in Thomaston, Maine, I'm Elizabeth McLeod with Auction Waves.
1,175 once, 100,175 twice. We all good? Sold.
Nothing says springtime like an unexpected burst of color as the grays and browns of winter finally fade away. And nothing says color like fine, antique, vintage, and estate jewelry. In this edition of Auction Waves, our staff jewelry specialist Sylvia Li returns to give her top choices for items offered in our upcoming spring jewelry auction. But first, a burst of auction news. It's coming in May, and we're really excited. Items that span an entire continent in all its splendor in our North American Collection auction, coming to you on May 15th. From the polar north to the rugged west and everywhere in between, this exciting one-day sale features handmade baskets, pottery, and rugs, unique indigenous creations, Native American silver and turquoise jewelry, fine handmade collectible knives, and more. We often say that every item has a story, and you can expect to hear plenty of them in our North American Collection auction, proudly presented by Thomaston Place Auction Galleries at 11 a.m. on the 15th of May. Watch for the full catalog soon at thomastonauction.com. This is Auction Waves, and I'm Elizabeth McLeod. Jewelry is a big part of what we do here at Thomaston Place Auction Galleries. Our feature auctions wouldn't be complete without fine jewelry, and our specialty jewelry sales are always a highlight of our bidding calendar. Always a highlight, too, on this program are our regular visits from staff jewelry specialist Sylvia Li, who is here today to tell us what to look for in our April 24th spring jewelry auction. And Sylvia, the first thing that pops out to me when I look over the catalog is that we have some really fine Victorian pieces.
We are offering over 35 pieces from the Victorian period, and it including rings, necklace, bracelets, earrings, and brooches. And the one piece I really love in this sale is a Victorian poison ring.
Oh my.
The lot 1066. And what makes it so special is that it's not just like a decorative piece. It actually opens up and there's a hidden compartment inside. So which adds a wonderful sense of mystery. And like historically, this poison ring will not necessarily really used for anything suspicious. More often, they are just used to hold small keepsakes, things like perfume or even lack of hair. It's just make them incredibly personal objects.
Sentimental rather than lethal.
Yeah.
Is the best way. Although the mythology, of course, is that they were used by evil noblemen to poison their rivals at the dinner table. Mm-hmm. But if you don't know any evil nobles, I think you'd probably be all right with the ring light. What is it that you think gives Victorian jewelry its lasting appeal?
I think one of the biggest reason is it's like deeply emotional. Those pieces were often tied to love, memories, or important life moments. They really carried very personal meanings. And from like a craftsmanship standpoint, you are really see the hand of the maker. There's like softness and individuality to them that feel very different from modern production. And of course, like collectability plays a big role as well. Collectors are drawn to these like period not just for its beauty and also for its historical depth and the uniqueness.
Now, a lot of Victorian style jewelry has been reproduced over the years.
Yeah.
How can we look at a piece of jewelry and tell if it's authentically Victorian?
I mean, when I look at a piece or when I catalog, I usually start with details, things like slightly asymmetry and in the engraving, or look at their natural wear, and also look at their overall construction.
And it's the imperfections that really give it the authenticity.
Yeah, and when you really want to purchase like a Victorian pieces, if you saw something too perfect, that's actually not good. sometimes like a little imperfection are actually a good sign because they can reflect the hand craftsmanship rather than the machine production.
Now, it's also helpful to look at the back of the piece.
Especially for the brooches, we can have an example. They usually, you can see like a simple C clasp, and also they have a hand-formed hinge and like a pin slightly longer than what we are seeing those brooches now.
Now, one style that really seems to epitomize Victorian jewelry for a lot of people is the cameo. We have a lot of cameos in this auction. Which ones really stand out for you?
I think the one really stands out to me is lot 1035. I mean, this time we do have a lot of varieties of the cameos. We have like ivory, shell, coral, mother of pearl, and we have lava stone as well. But the one I really like, the coral one, is I love the warmth of the coral. I mean, its rich and natural color really brings the carving to life. And if you close look at the facial features and the hair, you can feel what I'm talking about. It's just very dimensional and expressive. Shell is probably the most common ones. We have like shelled cameo ring, bracelets, brooch, and so much of them. Those are usually very easy to find and very fine, delicate carving. It's easy to going on with this kind of material. And the corals tends to be a little bit denser, so its whole details beautifully and has distinctive color. Materials like agate or onyx, which we also can see sometimes in cameos, they are like a harder stones, so they were more like doable, and also they are more challenging for the carving workmanship. And for the lava cameos, which become like a popular later in the 19th century, and often have a softer and more matte look. So if you want something like very different, you should look at the lava stones.
Now, this
cameo.
is lava, like actual lava from a volcano, correct?
Yes.
So
yes.
this is a fascinating mineral just for the conversational value of it, to be able to say, oh yeah, this is igneous stone from a volcanic eruption.
Exactly. Very, very cool.
Well, we have some interesting pieces in this sale that are created in Veilleux. And before we talk about them, let's talk about what Veilleux actually is. Now, is that just a fancy word for gold-plated silver, or is there a difference that we should be aware of?
By the definition, it has to be a sterling silver at the base, with a layer of the gold on top. In the United States, there's even a minimum standard for that gold layer, typically around 2.5 microns. So it's like thicker and generally more durable than the standard gold plating.
Which of the Veilleux pieces in this sale jumps out at you?
Of course, that little frog. Yeah.
Everyone seems to love that frog.
Exactly. That's like our first lot. I think that's a very good start of this auction. It's lot 1001, the little frog. I mean, the frog has like enamel on it, and it's a brooch, and also you can wear it as a pendant. It's set with 14 karat gold, emeralds, rubies, and diamonds. This one should already be a lot of people's speed list. So.
I just love that he's holding a teeny little martini.
Yeah, I know it's holding like a martini, and it has an umbrella. It's just like a frog gentleman. It's so cute.
A bon vivant in frog form.
Yeah.
I think that's just a wonderful concept for a piece of jewelry, and I will not be surprised at all if he's one of the big items in this sale.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this one performs.
What is your personal pick? It's the item that you're really going to watch.
I mean, this time, because I'm usually from the previous sale and from the previous recording, I'm more like a gem person because that's what I'm learned and I'm started. So I'm more like aquamarine and those kind of gems. But this time it's just slightly unexpected pick. I love the lot 1037. It's the Veilleux.
Oh, those are gorgeous.
The cherry red one.
Pieces, yes.
Yeah, that's cute, sweet. What I found so interesting about them this time is it's like a really challenged how we think about jewelry material today, because people might not expect something like an early plastic to be paired with solid 14 karat gold or 18 karat gold. But the pieces like this, I feel it's like really reflect a period when designers, they were experimenting like with new materials and pushing beyond the traditional definition of the jewelry. I think that's the coolest part, is the spirit.
These really look incredible when you see them in person. I was down looking in the cabinet today, and they just have this richness of color that just takes your breath away. So
Yeah,
we encourage you to come see them at our previews because you will really enjoy them. Now, I'll tell you the thing that interests me. We have some charm bracelets in this auction.
Yeah, I know. I feel like you've been asking me so much of questions, so maybe I should turn it for a second. Like, I need to ask you about
All
it.
right. All right. Why don't we do that?
Yeah, I mean, these all like charm bracelets, they all like made by sterling silver. And I heard they were like closely tied to kind of like a fan cultural.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, and kind of like early version of it. I had my own face as a K-pop fan. I mean, long story, maybe another time. And I'd love to hear your perspective, like what made them charm bracelets so special to you.
Well, you kind of have to go back a little bit with these. They've come and gone in history. They were very popular in the late Victorian era, as a matter of fact. But they really caught on in the United States in the middle 1930s on college campuses. They were a very big fad among the Depression era college girls with their saddle shoes and their white canvas jackets with the signatures of their friends on them. And they started wearing them. And then their younger sisters, who were called the Bobby Soxers in the 1940s because they wore little white socks with the tops turned around.
Cute.
They were big fans of popular music, and they would wear charms on their bracelets representing their favorite stars. They might have little photos of Frank Sinatra on their wrists. You could get these little containers that you could put a picture in, and you could have all your boyfriends on your wrist, which was an interesting concept. After World War II, they really came into their own, though, as a way of recording the wearer's life. You would have symbols of all of your achievements, all the things that you enjoyed in life. We have one particular bracelet in this sale, lot 1196, that has basically the entire record of a high school girl's experience. It has a little basketball on it because she played on the basketball team. It has her birthstone. She was born in November, and has a little birthstone for that.
Yeah, and that one has a 16-year-old.
And it has the sweet 16 little tag on it. It has some geographical charms indicating that she did a trip to Canada. But my favorite items on there's a little bottle of Coca-Cola and a pizza.
Aww.
Now, if anybody knows me, they know that a bottle of Coca-Cola and a pizza is my idea of high living.
Very healthy.
Very healthy living. So I am really taken with that particular charm bracelet. But there are several of these in this sale. And these items are real sterling silver.
Yes,
These are fine pieces of jewelry with a little bit of whimsical fun attached to them. And I think that there's going to be a lot of interest in these.
I love the main one.
Yeah.
There is a blue enameled, has the mains, the graphic, the map of it. That one's so cute.
Yeah, these are all really attractive pieces. And again, they're all sterling silver, so they're quality pieces. It's a way to connect with the original owner of them because you have the whole record of her life right there. And I think that that's a fun thing. And those are coming back into style now.
Exactly.
You've heard of the Pandora charms that everyone talks about, but those are very popular now.
Yeah, I mean, fashion always comes like a full circle of this. It's just always interesting to see like where it returns and how they returns. Just very wonderful.
Well, I'm so glad that you returned for this show, Sylvia.
Oh, thank
and
you.
we will be looking for you at our big jewelry auction coming up on April the 24th.
Thank you for listening. Thank you.
And we'll see you again. Every show we do with Sylvia is bound to be a gem. And you'll find gems and more in our spring jewelry auction coming Friday, April 24th at 11 a.m. You'll find surprises in the full catalog at thomastonauction.com. The program is written, produced, and edited for you by yours truly, Elizabeth McLeod, who wishes you smooth sailing and happy bidding. Auction Waves is an exclusive presentation of Thomaston Place Auction Galleries in Thomaston, Maine.